Greetings and welcome to another beat making episode. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited. I really am excited. What you're seeing before you, I am no longer in Music Creator 6. As you can see, this is Sonar. I've been waiting a long time to upgrade to Sonar. I was very skeptical at first because I didn't know what Sonar was going to offer, but looking at it now, oh my god. Sonar is definitely 10 times better than Music Creator 6. Looking at all of these VSTs that I have at the moment, definitely a big improvement from Music Creator 6. I got Halley and Sonic, I got Spire, I got Silent One, Sample Tank 3. Mind you, these were VSTs that I was never able to get working in Music Creator 6. Why? Honestly, I don't know. But Sonar definitely uses them. And to be honest, it's a huge improvement from what I've seen so far. Secondly, another big improvement, the MIDI controller. I finally got the transport controls, the faders, and the knobs to finally work. Unfortunately, Music Creator 6, it was a pain in the rear. Update number 3. All my current VSTs have been updated to the latest version. So that means Sample Tank, the free version, which you all saw in a previous video. Now it's Sample Tank 3. And other than that, the M1LE, I've upgraded to the Korg collection. So now I have all the Korg synths, including the brand new one that just came out, the Triton. And Mark Kinley, if you are watching this, I am going to be reviewing the Triton during this beat making video. And other than that, all the other synths are pretty much the same. We got Omnisphere, we even have some SI strings. And nice to see the Cakewalk Sound Center, the TTS-1 from Roland. Nice to see that it works in Sonar. So, hey, at least I get to keep my Roland sounds in Sonar while I'm at it. And of course you got the classics, so Eclipsis, Ericus Gold, Serenity, the DSK series, Alter Ego, and all that jazz. The only synth that I am very curious to trying out, if it is going to work, is the Miku. Yes, Hatsune Miku version 4. I am curious to find out if this is going to work in Sonar. I have my doubts, but then again, it's always worth trying out. So, with that being said, let's start making a beat. So here I got Sample Tank 3. This is a brand new Sample Tank. It's actually the upgraded version of Sample Tank Free. You won't be seeing that old Sample Tank Free version anymore. This is the industry standard now. So I got a flute here. So basically I got to remember these 5 notes. So with that, I already armed the track and we're ready to record. And again, nice to see that we have the transport controls finally working with Sonar. Definitely a big improvement. Let's try this again. I'm gonna hit delete. Let's start. Let's try again. All right. So now we got that out of the way. Let's zoom in. And And first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut. So we're gonna split. Yes. This guy. See ya. And of course, it cannot be a complete song without, yes, the quantize. The quantize is there. Let's go 1/8 triplet. Maybe 1.16 audition. Nah, I don't like it. Let's record it again. Okay, play it back. All right, so we've got one out of the way. Let's play them both back. Let's actually zoom out, bring them up front, bring them all up front, rewind, play back. Okay, maybe from the front here, maybe you could use a bit of work. Maybe from here. Okay, play it back. I wonder if it's, let me try something here. want to... Much better. So next I'm gonna do exactly the same thing we just did. Gonna copy, gonna paste. I'm gonna make a whole section here, and then from here we're gonna move on to our next track. But first, let's play it back. Perfect. All right. So next we're going to jump into the next track, and we're going to actually record some drums. Actually, no. We're not going to record some drums just yet. I think the next obvious track that we need is a bass. So with that said, let's go to Mark Kinley. You mentioned you wanted me to test out the Triton on Facebook, so here we are. Triton is loading. And this is it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Triton. See now. Okay, so it looks like we got lots of sounds here. Let's see. I want a bass. Let's see now. No, what I want is I want a synth bass. Nice to see we got the pitch bend, the ribbon, as well as the switches, and of course the real-time control knobs. Nice to see those. And of course we got combi mode, we got global, we got the browse, and we can do oscillator, pitch, filter, amp, LFOs, and of course we have the arpeggiator, which is really nice. And I noticed it has a sampler too, but we'll get to that. Actually, I don't know if I'll have time to get to that, but I need to pick I basically need to pick a bass sound, so. Nah, maybe something more. Maybe. Okay, this is definitely a good bass for me. Let's go ahead and record. I love the last one better, so let's do something here. Let's cut that. Let's go from here. Let's do a split. I like the last piece, so there we go. See ya. So now let's take this portion. Let's go to the next piece. And let's play it back. Is there a way to, let's see, can we add an audio effect, maybe a reverb? That should do it. Let's play back. That's much better. So I just added some reverb to hopefully give some more gap to the and it did alter the track immensely. I mean, not to mention this was an effect that Music Creator 6 never had, so kudos to Cakewalk for creating this amazing reverb, because honestly I never had an effect like that before with MC6. So now let's add another MIDI track. Actually, you know what? Let's add another synth. What I need now is I need a drum kit, and I think Sample Tank would be the best again for that drum kit. So let's go for an actual kit. Let's go for bank of drums. Percussion. No. Let's see. Here we go. Electronic drums. before we actually do all this, let me just attempt to actually quantize this. Where's the quantize feature again? It was actually, let's do Q. Okay, there we go. So we got quantized by 16. Let's try one more time to see if we can quantize this one though. I mean, I love it so much, but there's just something I want to try here. There we go. Perfect. There we go. I'm gonna call this track Get It. Whoops. All right. So back to let's record. Let's quantize this because I'm very bad with drums. I really am terrible when it comes to quantizing, to creating drums here. So let's Q. There we go. Play it back. Let's remove. Let's retry. There we go. Let's Q. There we go. It's done. Let's go to the next track and let's play it back. Actually, you know what? Track number 3. Let's get rid of that flute. I don't think we need it. There we go. However, let's keep those drums. I want those. Okay. Control S. Let's move on to a new track. Let's make a track number. Actually, you know what? First, there we go. Give me some room here to work with. All right, let's go to track number 4. Track number 4, I need, actually, you know what? Let's duplicate the track. I need another sample tank. However, turn this one off. What I need is the clap. No, I need a different clap actually. What I need is okay, it's loading, so great. Sample tank. Shit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to our first crash of the day. And sample tank is about to close. There we are. The good news, though, is that I did save the project. So, recent projects. Okay, so it actually did not... this was previous version. It has been truncated. This can happen if the application closes. Let's open up the other one then. It was this guy. And the good news is it actually does load our synths back to normal. So there we go. Now we're back to square one. Let's just actually I don't think we need the console. Let's go back to the synths here. Let's go back to, actually, you know what? Let's not use sample tank. Let's use something else instead. I don't want to risk the synth from crashing again. This time we're gonna use let's use our old Roland TTS1. And what I need now is I need some drums here. Ah, great. Another crash dump. And we're back. After 2 crashes in a row, I decided to change synth. So I've gone instead with the Cakewalk Sound Center. Cakewalk Sound Center being the standard VST that comes with Sonar and Music Creator 6 when you buy it. And I finally found my... clap that I needed, so let's go ahead and record that. Let's just save this project before anything happens. I'm going to arm it, and we're going to hit record. Actually, first let's turn on the metronome. I need that. Now let's go again. Let's go for one more time. Perfect. So there we have it. Let's take that cue, let's quantize it, audition. Let's go for that. Save, play back. I said let's play it back. Yeah boy, we gotta... I think it took my MIDI controller here. Let me just do that. Turn this on. Save. Let's go back to the beginning. Playback. Perfect, there we go. You always have the active control technology, very useful. Okay, let's go for Control C. No. Maybe if we zoom in a bit, maybe we can make some adjustments here. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe something like this. Actually, I have another better idea. Instead of doing this, why don't we just do this instead? There we go. Here's another idea that I have in mind. Let's delete this. 1, 2, and 3. Let's just take this guy. I have a better idea. Let's do from here. There we go. Control C. That's much better. So apparently to get all the tracks going at a loop, you have to have the master track in there. So with that said, let's save it and let's play it back. I don't like the beat. Let's change it up a bit. Let's do up to here instead. Let's play it back. All right. Let's just do one more thing. I want to quantize this. Actually, I want to quantize all of these. Q. Okay. All right. Now let's bring these guys back into position. Here, just gonna bring it up front, play it back. Let's add another one. I think there's something missing here. I think we might be missing another synth bass, but this time for the verse, actually. So let's just save this and let's take a look. I wonder if we can use let's use another Triton. Let's open this guy up. I actually like this noisy stabber. That's pretty much the default preset. I'm gonna go with that. And yeah, let's bring it into position, arm it, record. So that's the note I have to remember. That could be good to work with. Let's go from here. I'm gonna split. Yes. I do not want this portion. I just want to take this portion. I'm gonna paste. So let's save and let's play it. Actually, you know what? Before I do anything, quantize by 16. Actually, you know what? I like this one a lot better, so let's split again. I like the second half of the clip, so let's delete this, let's delete this. I'll copy this, paste, paste, and paste. So now we have 4 portions, all for which, and just to make sure that everything is perfect, quantize, 16, save. let's do exactly what we did before. Let's copy all of this, everything in here, Control C, and this time we're gonna find, oops, there we are. Let's play back. And now comes the most difficult part. From here, I'm gonna add another synth, and you know what? This is the beauty about Sonar. You can add endless tracks as much as you want. I mean, Music Creator 6, you're limited to 8 tracks, so 8 MIDI and 8 audio. Here in Sonar, it's completely unlimited. You have zero control of how many tracks you want. You can go nuts if you want to. Let's see now. I want to go for, you know what? For the past couple of videos, I've always mentioned the motive. And I have the VST version of the motive, Halion Sonic. This is one of those VSTs I was never able to use in Music Creator 6. Just give it some time to load. It's the hard drive that's processing. And it is a heavy piece of gear. Let's give these guys a bit of room. There we go. So, Halion Sonic. There we go. So this is my favorite synth as of Yamaha. And the sounds exactly from this synthesizer are based on classic Yamaha instruments, as well as the Yamaha Motive XS, which was the very first synth I ever played, and the sounds are definitely in there. So let's go for synth pad. I can use a synth pad right now. Let's test some out. I think this sounds a bit basic for some notes. However, let's try. So I chose one, it's called the Spheres, and would you know it, it's a Motive XS preset, so... Let's go ahead, arm it, put it in, play it into position, record. Alright, we have ourselves a pad sound. Now, again, quantize. Nah, let's go for something lower. Let's go 1/4. Let's go 32. Let's try that. Let's go save. Let's play. Actually, save first. And alright, so now I'm trying to actually copy the track. We're gonna paste it. There we go. So. Now let's add our main reframe synth, and usually last time I checked it was a square bass, so let's see. Square bass, what would be good for a square bass? I have an idea. Let's go to my old friend Jupiter 8V Arturia. Now, this is actually the only synth that I have at the moment does not have the current version, because obviously if I want to use the current version, I gotta pay for it, and I already paid my money's worth for it, so. So what I'm looking for, again, is I'm looking for a square. Close, but it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a square. This is good. Now this is the tricky part. This is where I'm going to have to record in 2 parts, because this is going to be the most difficult sound to recreate. The good news is once I get this done, I can actually start the arrangement, but I'm going to have to record it into 2 parts. So let's go for it. Very beginning, let's play. Alright, now let's quantize. Maybe by 1/16. Nah, 132 was better. whatsoever. Is there let's mute this. Let's see if we can get better results here. Much better. I like this version. So apparently, looks like I'll have to put in another Jupiter 8 if that's the case. And once again, I need to find the patch. Task square made. There we go. One other thing. So notice, let's and another reverb. And this is going to be the fill-in basically. So okay, there we go. And there we go. Let's do this. Let's do paste. Let's play it. That's much better. Just one more thing. Let's do that, and that should do it. So notice, what do we got here? We got 31, 6, and 5. Let's put exactly the same thing. 31. Negative 31. Negative 5. Okay. And then 122, 50, 100. That should do it. So now both tracks should be the same. Thing I'll never forget. Okay, perfect. So now we got the quantize on these two. Let's add it to the track. it's time for me to do some mixing and arrangement. So, see you in a bit.
And now for something completely different.
Alright, so one more thing to take a look at before we actually close up shop for the rest of the day. Mark Kinley from Facebook wanted me to take a look at the Korg Triton. Now, a bit of backstory. Triton was the very first workstation I ever actually used from Korg. I loved it. In fact, the Triton is actually the main reason why I purchased the M50. Because, I mean, the interface, the layout, the knobs, the master fader, all that jazz, it was all the same interface except for the sampler. And now here we have the Triton. Triton was the famous music workstation from the 2000s. So let's hear what it sounds like, shall we? Sounds like there's some arpeggio actually. I'm just gonna browse through a couple of let's see, let's jump into about 6 programs, 6 combis, and that should do it. That was very beautiful, actually. Let's go for Nice to see the switches and the switches and the joystick and ribbon are working functionally. So we got the oscillator section where we can do single, double, and drums. Basically, if you've owned a Korg Triton, this is pretty much very familiar. Let's try something. Filter. Okay, so here's the thing. Actually, Korg Triton does have velocity sensitivity, so this is a drum and bass gate kit. If I hit it hard, if I dig into the key, like if I really smash it, it makes a completely different sound. The same with the clap. So yeah, possibilities here are endless. So yeah, that's velocity sensitivity. And finally, let's go for... Actually, let's do 5 for 5. Okay, this looks like an FX pad. Now, let's take a look at a couple of combis here. I wonder if, a talking rave synth, what is that? So it looks like we got Oxygen, House Kit, Mega Big Synth. Let's turn on the ARP, let's see what we get. Okay, so apparently the combi does work. You can have up to 8 sounds playing, and hang on, let me try this. If I lock it. Nah. You know what? Would have been nice if there was a latch function on, if there was actually a latch function on this combi, then I would have been able to. I would have actually been able to hold the note while playing, and then when I played another note, it would actually switch automatically without me having to let go of the keys. Unfortunately, that's a bit of a letdown, but then again, I mean, Triton is a vintage synth, so let's see now. Smoothie strings. This looks interesting. Again, velocity sensitivity. There's definitely that inside Triton. And then let's go for some Happy Bells. And it looks like let's go for something different here. Let's go for square roots. I've always wondered, was that the sound that I was looking for? It looks like there's a lot of square res here. If it could be used as a pad. Okay, so it looks like we got some arpeggio here. Let me turn that off, see what it sounds like. Let's look at one more here. I can tell you right now, there's a lot of sounds here. And of course, you can even make your own. Let's see. Let's go for something we haven't played yet. Maybe... Let's play Song of Angels. Alright, so it looks like the Korg Triton is pretty much there's a lot of stuff going on. You got the global settings as you would expect in any Korg music workstation. You got the program mode, which lets you play one sound at a time. You got the combi mode. Combi mode gives you up to 8 sounds to play with. And then you got the browse section, which lets you pretty much pick your sound to use. And of course, you got your real-time control knobs, so you can assign them to anything. You can even use a CC function for your MIDI controller, so that's nice. Other than that, there's also you can also initialize your patch. You have the plugin manual if you need it, and of course the about page. The only thing I'm still trying to find is where's the sampler section. I mean, because I know Triton had a sampler section, so it's let me just try something here. If I go to an init program. Okay, so the good news is that it does have init programs, which does allow you to create your own sounds. However, I'm still wondering where can we find the sampler section? And if there is no sampler section, then I mean, it looks like it's just another carbon copy of the Korg M50. Which, don't get me wrong, the M50 is a really powerful synth. It really is a powerful music workstation. It's just, the thing is, the sampler was a really big part of the Korg Triton. And the fact that it's missing, I mean, honestly, I would love to see the sampler show up, hopefully in the new version, like a version 2, because after all, this is only a version 1. And right now, the territory that they're in at the moment, as far as I'm concerned, is basically Triton LE, Korg M50, that kind of synth. So, I don't know if we're gonna be seeing any sampler portions of this anytime soon. I really hope so, and I would like to request Korg to actually implement one, because putting your own sounds into the Triton for playing and ease of use, then that would be really amazing. The only other thing that is also missing, of course, in this Triton is, of course, the sequencer. Obviously, this is just a plugin, so your sequencer is pretty much going to be your DAW, so there's no sketchpad built into this Triton VST. But good news is that you do get a library of sounds, and I mean a lot of them. And the best part about it, it has all the sounds from the classic Triton. So, I mean, if it interests you, give it a try, take a look. If there's a sound you like, try it out. I mean, there's no stopping you. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for joining me for this little extra special review on the Korg Triton. I'll be honest, again, this was the workstation that got me interested in purchasing the M50. I mean, I actually did not get the sampler to work when I had the Triton for rentals, but I did have an amazing experience with Triton, despite only having it for a week. I actually did try to record at least 2 songs with it, and I had a blast. I really had a blast, and a month later, I bought my M50, and I continued having a blast even more. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching this extra demo on the Korg Triton VST, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.